Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be an empties video. I hadn't done one in a while, and I've accumulated this rather like full bag of things. So pretty much I'm gonna run through, show you things that I finished and if I would repurchase them again. But before we get into any of that, if you'll hit the subscribe button down below, and then also I will link my social medias right here. Well, I'll name them right here, and make sure you follow me there also. The first thing I have here are several packs of makeup removing or cleansing facial wipes. My all-time favorite are the Aveeno Positively Radiant. I go through these like a lot. I've gone through a lot of these packages. I've gone through so many of these. They're like the most wet and stretchy, and like they remove pretty much everything in one wipe, so love those. Recently I tried two of the Simple brand ones. I picked up the micellar water ones, and then just the cleansing facial wipes. These don't really care for, probably will never purchase them again, but these are like a second runner up to the Aveeno ones. I think these may be a teeny bit cheaper, but I love these because they're very similar to the Aveeno ones. Next is a foundation. It's the L'Oreal Pro Matte. This is the shade 107. Love this. I've already repurchased it in I think the shade 108, and I've been using it like crazy. So I have this Curls and Potions Fairy Knot Tonic Detangling Cleanser and Leave-In. I don't think I ever used this as a cleanser, but I definitely use it as a leave-in. It's a super watery consistency that has a lot of like slip to it, so it really helps detangle the hair, glide through it really nicely. It looks like it's mainly aloe juice, peppermint extract, yucca leaf extract. So I used to love to apply this before I would go in with any styler, so I would definitely repurchase this. Next is another product I talked about in my yearly favorites. It's the Essence Keep It Perfect Makeup Fixing Spray. Love it. If you want to hear more of my thoughts, then watch my yearly favorites video. This is the NYX Deep Tan Matte Bronzer. This is like favorite bronzer from the drugstore of all time. Clearly, I loved it to death, and I would definitely repurchase it. This is the Marcel 3-in-1 Micellar Solution. I picked this up when I was in Toronto, like a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And I got it, I forget what drugstore that I got it from, but I really liked it. I love these little push down little applicators because it makes getting it out like super mess free. And this was pretty good as a micellar water to remove like waterproof eye makeup as well as face makeup. Next is the Tree Hut Bare Hair Minimizing Body Butter. I love a lot of the Tree Hut products, especially like their scrubs and their body butters. This one I picked up because I would use it on my legs after I shaved them. I don't think I did it frequently enough to notice whether or not it kept my hair from growing back quickly, but I really liked it. It was really thick and moisturizing. So if nothing else, it smelled really good and then just really hydrated my legs, so I would repurchase it. Oh yeah, I have another pack of facial wipes. These are by a brand Estetil. I got these in Rome because I had a really like matte permanent liquid lip that I could not get off, and so we were out and I just like stopped in some little beauty supply store type of thing and picked these up, and they were okay. I probably wouldn't purchase them. I probably don't have the opportunity to purchase them anymore because I'm sure they're not sold in America, but if you run into them, I would probably pass. Next is this super tiny little thing of the Cream of Nature Perfect Edges On The Go, like edge control. I really like this. It has a really thick consistency, but it's not sticky, and it didn't like flake up in my hair, so I used to love this to like slick down my edges, so I would definitely pick this up, and this is really cute just to travel with. Next up is the Mario Badescu Facial Spray with Aloe Herbs and Rose Water. I think this is the first of these facial sprays that they came out with. They've since come out with one with the green one, and then there's like a lavender one now. So I really like these just to like hydrate the skin, kind of tone the skin, get rid of any like powdery look after you apply your makeup. This is a great size to travel with, so I already have like the green one in the huge bottle. Next is this Pixi Overnight Glow Serum. It's a concentrated exfoliating gel, and it's just like a really thick kind of sticky gel that you apply at night, and it's just supposed to give you like a more even skin tone. I think it was okay. I feel like Pixi products are a little bit expensive, so I don't really know if I would repurchase it, but I think it's a good product. Next is the Cover FX Pressed Mineral Foundation Powder in the color G plus 60. I pretty much finished all this up. It's like really hard to get any product out of here, but I really like this. It's a nice mineral powder, so it's a very lightweight coverage. It doesn't, you know, irritate the skin. It's not going to break you out, but it's really nice to like set your makeup with, or if you want to spot conceal and then just set the spot concealer with this. And I used to always keep this in my bag just for touch-ups. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I featured this in my yearly favorites. Love it. I have already repurchased it. I use it in the shade Dark Brunette. I think it's very similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I think the spoolie is just as good. I also think the very like small pencil on the other end is really great, and the pigmentation is awesome. It has like the perfect mixture of like wax and pigment, and I see pretty much what I use to fill in my brows every day. Next up are a couple of drugstore primers. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, and I really love this one. I think it does a pretty good job at keeping you decently matte for the drugstore price. So it's just like a really nice, soft, kind of like creamy texture, not really silicone based, but it does a pretty good job. I think this is like my second one. And then this is the Wet n Wild Cover All Primer. This one is actually supposed to brighten your complexion, even your skin tone, refine your pores, and fill in your lines. It's more of just like a really thick cream moisturizer that's like matte. So it doesn't have a silicone base. It's not tacky at all. It kind of just like a really nice like smoothing, thick hydrating type of primer that has a look that's still like matte, if that makes sense. I would definitely repurchase the Stay Matte, and I might pick up the Cover All again. Next up is the Curls and Potions Sweet Babassu Sealing Oil. Love this. I love this. It's actually a really thick oil that I would use just on top of like any styler just to seal all of that moisture in, and I really liked it. I would definitely revisit this. Next is the Diva Curl One Condition Original. Love this stuff. I repurchased a little like sample size again because I just can't bring myself to purchase the full size bottle at this point. But I really like this. Actually, it's like one of those one product type of wash and go situations. Like I can just put this throughout, you know, all of my hair, and it's perfectly fine to just like do my moisturizing and my styling together. Next up is the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum Collagen Booster, and this has a potent vitamin C complex to brighten, smooth, and help appearance of aging. Love this stuff. I use it in the morning after my toner. It has vitamin C, and currently I'm just really focusing on texture and brightness and evening my skin tone. I already purchased like a sample size of this, like the really tiny size, just because it's kind of expensive, just to make sure that I really wanted it in my routine. But I do really love it. I think it's a great form of vitamin C. It's very like thin and lightweight, so it doesn't disturb anything that I put on top of it. I can put a moisturizer, a primer, my makeup on top of it, and I think it just really like makes the look of my skin better. So next is the Sephora Mud Mask Purifying and Mattifying with Zinc and Copper. I think this is supposed to be possibly a dupe for the Glam Glow Super Mud Mask, the one that comes in the white jar. It's pretty much just another one of those like clay masks that you put on and it just dries down completely, gets really tight, and it's supposed to pull all the gunk out of your skin. This one is about a third of the price of the Glam Glow one, and I thought it worked really well. It definitely tightened up my pores and made my face feel all tingly, so I would surely repurchase this. Next up is the Curls Blueberry Bliss Curl Control Paste. Love this. It's one of my like favorite edge controls of all time. It smells great, and it has just like a really nice consistency that doesn't like flake up in the hair. Towards the end, however, because I don't use edge control all that often, I feel like it started to kind of get a little flaky in my hair. And I think that's just mainly because the product was running out of time and probably should have been used up, but I would definitely repurchase this. This is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer, which I got a sample of this because I want to test it out. I actually use this a lot during the summer just to give myself extra hydration. I think it just really makes the skin look plump and youthful and hydrated. And I also got another one of these little teeny tiny ones because, believe it or not, these little 100-point perks and little sample sizes will last you a really long time. One of these probably lasted me at least maybe 2 or 3 months, just using it in the morning, and I think that's pretty good for, you know, 100-point perk. Next up are a couple of concealers. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. I love this concealer. It's very hydrating. It blends really nicely. It's very smooth under the eyes. The only problem I have with this concealer is the shade range is terrible. It comes in like 5 or 6 colors. And this one is a bit light. Like this is a very brightening color underneath my eyes. So I wish it was a tinge dark. I would repurchase it probably. And then this is the Too Faced Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer. I think I talked about this in my yearly favorites also. This is in the shade Medium, which is definitely more for like my winter skin shade. But it's a really nice, hydrating, smoothing, everyday natural looking concealer under the eyes. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Ultra Definition Loose Finishing Powder. I have it in the shade Naked Medium. This is probably the softest powder I've ever felt in my entire life. I actually mixed it with the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting loose setting powder that I use to like set under my eyes or so, just because it's so finely milled. It just, I mean, it's like the softest thing ever, like straight smoke underneath your eyes. Like it just kind of like evaporates like and melts right into the skin. So it's a pretty good product. I think they might be discontinuing it or repackaging, formulating it, but I do like it. Okay, so I have 2 mascaras. This is the Tarte Tartist mascara. I think it's okay. I don't think I would purchase it again just because it's probably pretty expensive, like $20 plus, and I just don't think that it did anything super great for that price point. But one of my very favorites that I think I forgot to include in my yearly favorites is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. This is amazing, and I probably have like still some mascara in here. I just know how old this mascara is, and so therefore I was getting rid of it. But it gives like really great curl length definition, and it's super black, so I love that. Lastly, I'm just going to talk about the Benefit Browsings, and the only reason why I'm getting rid of this is because I know how old it is. I think I bought this back in like 2008, 2009. I hadn't finished all of it, a lot of it, but not all of it. I feel that Browsings is like the OG when it comes to this little doohickey thing that people started coming out with the powder and the wax and the 2 little brushes in it. But I loved this, and it definitely got my money's worth out of it. I think now I'm just more of a pencil girl, and I just prefer that currently. So that's everything for this Empties video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.